Good morning. Today I want to share with you a special day that taught me a lesson about dealing with failures. The morning began with high expectations. I presented my latest theory on ethics and virtue, which I had developed with much dedication. This theory describes the balance of virtues as the path to a fulfilled life, a synthesis of everything I have learned about the good life. I entered the Academy's assembly with confidence, convinced that this theory was both intuitive and philosophically sound. Yet as I spoke, it became increasingly clear that my audience was not ready to accept my arguments. The scholars posed critical questions that I could only inadequately address. Their skepticism seemed insurmountable, and the discussion turned into an intense exchange of objections. The moment when I failed to dispel the final doubts was disheartening. The theory was ultimately rejected, and I left the meeting with a sense of failure that lingered into the afternoon. In the early evening, as the sun began casting its last rays over the city, I sat at my desk and began reflecting on the day's events. The disappointment was overwhelming, but I knew that this was the moment to make a choice, either to let this failure discourage me or to use it as an opportunity for reflection and improvement. As I reviewed the notes and records of the session, it became clear that some of my arguments were insufficiently developed. While my theory was well thought out, it lacked the depth and flexibility needed to address the complex questions that arose. I realized that I needed not only to better address the objections of my listeners, but also to establish a clearer connection between my theory and practical applications. These insights led to a deep self-reflection. How often do we not desire to view our ideas and theories as unassailable? Failures, I understood, are not signs of ultimate defeat, but indications that we have not yet fully grasped all aspects of a problem. They are opportunities to expand our perspectives and refine our approaches. As dusk fell, I began restructuring my theory. I expanded on additional considerations and improved my arguments to better address the questions that had emerged. This work was demanding, but also enlightening. I began to understand that true growth often comes from confronting our weaknesses and shortcomings. For you, this means that failures are not the end of a path, but a part of the process of learning and growth. When you encounter obstacles, use these opportunities to reassess and improve your views. Here is your task for today. Reflect on a recent failure or setback you have experienced. Write down specific steps you can take to emerge stronger from this failure. Have a thoughtful and instructive day.